Chicago's going to trot out the veteran right-hander, Amber Fizer. Fizer's first pitch to Aubrey Leach. Right back to Fizer. One pitch, one out here in the first inning. Let's take a look at the lineup card for Kara Dill, skipper of the Carolina Blaze. You just saw Leach, followed by Anna Gold, who's been tremendous. Dakota Kennedy, the rookie from Arkansas. Atwood Kowalik, Nets Brito, Mackenzie Clark, and Alicia Ocasio. Ocasio's hitting ninth. She is 6 for 13 on the year. What a 9-hitter.
That's one of those things where you're doing so well where you're slotted. Do you move her? Just keep her right where she's at. Of course, had that walk-off single in that 9 spot.
Here's Anna Gold. Anna Gold, second-year pro from Duke. This is going to be her first game away from her college campus here in 2026. Carolina's first 5 games were all home games in Durham on the campus of Duke University, where Anna was a star. 2 balls and a strike. What's going to be important for Fizer today?
Working her curveball. Majority of what Amber throws is upspin, so that curve right there, she'll throw it to both sides of the plate, whether it's a backdoor curve in tight to a right-handed hitter like Anna Gold, or she can run it away, try and get the call on the outside part of the plate.
Two-two pitch, took something off, and strike 3 on Gold. Well, I guess we had the count wrong. I apologize, folks. And the count is now full. Now it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Gold. There's your strikeout. A little delayed celebration for Fizer and the Chicago Bandits.
Well, you slow it down with the off-speed curve to speed it up. And she tunnels her off-speed curve and her regular curve so well, so it's very deceptive. It's hard for a hitter like Anna Gold to see if that ball is going to be slow, if it's coming in hot. Too close to take with 2 strikes.
Fizer's first pitch to Dakota Kennedy misses inside. Fizer from Cedar Rapids portion of Iowa, specifically Marion, Iowa. She was a 4-year All-Big Ten performer at Minnesota, culminating in a trip to the 2019 Women's College World Series with the Gophers.
Big Ten Pitcher of the Year, All-American, and is coming off a great outing versus the Spark. Had 7 strikeouts in that outing and went 6 innings, only 1 walk.
2-1 pitch to Kennedy. Dakota Kennedy, first 2 games as a pro, came off the bench, was so impressive as a pinch hitter. She's been in the starting lineup ever since, and now hitting in the 3-hole. On the ground to third, swallowed up by Sammy Williams, and Kennedy is thrown out at first. Real good job for Amber Fizer. After a half inning, 0-0. This is a Bandits team hitting .317. That's the top mark in the AUSL. Morgan Zirkle continues to amaze. Aaron Koffel, Tiana Bell earning playing time. Sammy Williams is the leadoff, as the cleanup hitter. Maria Copo, Jocelyn Erickson, Jessica Clements, Butler, and Agbayani rounding out the 9. So that lineup begins with someone whose last name begins with Z, and the lineup ends with someone whose last name begins with A. We're going from Z to A. Only in Chicago. Morgan Zirkle, last year phenomenal. Led the league in hits, doubles, homers, total bases, and this year more of the same. There is nothing she cannot do on the softball field. Starting pitcher for Carolina, second start of the year, Jayla Wright.
The All-American from Duke, getting her second start of the season, and it's going to be all about down in the zone. She'll work a drop ball, change-up combination, likes to get ground ball outs, use her defense.
Not a great start for Wright. She struggled with her control in her first start this season, and she walks the leadoff batter to begin our first inning.
See quickly Alyssa Brito coming over, giving her a little bit of encouragement.
So here in the first inning, Zirkle's already checked off a box. She has now reached base in 7 consecutive games to begin the season. There's a quality strike off speed to Koffel. Six hits, 16 at-bats so far this year for Koffel. Still looking for her first homer. That's a new story. Just a tremendous power hitter. Last year's MVP, led the league in runs batted in. There goes Zirkle down to second, and the throw's cut off by the pitcher. I don't think they had any chance at all to get Zirkle. And Zirkle's now in scoring position, her second steal of the year.
And you can see Kayla Kowalik, she was going for the throw, but Jayla Wright just didn't get out of the way, ends up catching it. And we're having a little conversation in the circle right now with Jayla Wright and an umpire. I think there was an illegal pitch that was called, so just getting on the same page. Unfortunate, because I believe that would have been a strike.
So the count is 2-1.
Okay.
So the count is 2-1 to Koffel. You got the runner on at second. Swallowed up by the third baseman Gold. Taking a chance and heading over to third is Zirkle, and she's safe. What a gutsy play by Morgan Zirkle to get over to third base.
I just love watching Morgan Zirkle run the bases. No one does it better. There's so much speed out there, and then this is a head coach that is the leadoff spot for Chicago in the pros. She doesn't need anybody to tell her what to do. She can call her own shots, make her moves when she sees it. She's just electric out there.
Shonda Stanton knows all about Morgan Zirkle. She was her college coach at Marshall. Now Morgan Zirkle is the head coach at Marshall. Just a great connection. And now a decade later, Shonda getting a chance to coach Zirkle as a pro. Here's Tiana Bell. Great start to the year for Bell. 4 for 9 with 2 homers. Hard, shortstop, bobble it, Brito. Still enough arm to get the out at first, but Zirkle scores the game's first run. That was a run manufactured by the wheels of Morgan Zirkle.
You can see Brito talking to Jayla Wright in the circle saying, "My bad." But this is just speed, and it's kind of causing Alyssa Brito to have the wherewithal, like, oh, I've got to go because Morgan Zirkle is on her horse, and you feel the anticipation. Her head pulls up a little bit.
Another ground ball to Brito. Not in time. Sammy Williams flying down the line, beats it out for an infield single. 9th hit of the year for Sammy Williams. The inning continues.
Well, Sammy Williams, yes, she's out of the right-handed batter's box, but she's got some wheels down the line, calling it herself. It was a great play by Brito. She has one of the best arms in the league, but just too much speed.
We're going to have to count that. Sammy Williams takes the largest strides of any batter in the league. And from the right-handed batter's box, good golly, like an antelope. Massive strides, get down to first to beat that out. That was impressive. Here's Maria Copo. She was the star yesterday, a walk-off homer. 2-run shot as they took down the Spark. Ball skips away from the catcher and allow Williams to get to scoring position. Ball's not left the infield for Chicago. A walk and a bunch of balls on the ground to infielders. Already 1 run is scored, and you got a runner in scoring position.
Off speed, 55 miles an hour. See if she doubles it up and goes back to it.
again, the ball skips away from Kowalik. And it did rain earlier today, and maybe the field a little bit slick. Sammy Williams slips as she gets over to third.
She's like, I'm smooth, I'm smooth. I got it.
That one's called a passed ball. So a wild pitch and a passed ball have Williams over at third. Liner caught by the shortstop Brito. And the side is retired. But Chicago, they strike first. They lead by a score of 1-0.
The dish, you name it. She's been all smiles. We got to talk to her after those 2 home runs, and you could just tell she was feeling herself and loving her first week being a pro.
Hotter than a pepper dipped in fire. She has never struck out as a pro. First road game for her, though. Carolina Blaze playing their first 5 games at home in Durham. 2 homers, 9 at-bats, no strikeouts for Atwood. Amber Pfizer misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Pfizer staked to a 1-0 lead. Had no issues whatsoever in the first inning. 2 bounce outs and a strikeout.
I love that hitter's count there, 2-0 count, splitting the plate in half and getting your swing off. Yes, a foul ball, but it just feels good to have a good swing on a good pitch. Still a hitter's count, can do the same thing.
Leadoff walk. We saw what happened after the leadoff walk when the Bandits got that in their half of the bottom of the first inning. They scored a run.
Seriously, my bad. She knows it. Pfizer is a veteran. She's a competitor, though. It's so much fun to watch her take the circle. Anytime that Amber Pfizer is pitching, I'm locked in. Does a great job of mixing her speeds, working side to side. You cannot sit on one side of the plate when you're facing Pfizer. She will go back and forth and keep you honest.
Kayla Kowalik, 5 hits, 16 at bats so far this season. They appealed, no swing. Kowalik, an assistant coach at Texas Tech after an All-American career at Kentucky. And Pfizer is in danger of walking the first 2 batters here in the second inning.
She's trying to work away to Kowalik, feed the left side of her defense because of the speed Kayla has at the plate. The easier out would be at second base.
Wow, swinging 3-0, and Kowalik gets a base hit. So Kowalik, her 6th hit of the season. She's aboard, runners at first and at second with nobody out.
You love it, a 3-0 confident hack. Sees another pitch away. It's up a little bit, but left hand is so strong to contact, and you see it get right through that 5-6 hole. I love these celebrations from the Blaze. All about the fire.
Here's Devin Netz. Netz called strike 1. First couple of games of the year, we saw Netz hitting a little higher in the lineup. Opening day, she was the cleanup hitter. She's now been dumped down to the 6th spot. Second-year pro. She had a big hit a couple of days ago. Game against the Volts. The Volts late in the game actually walked Kowalik to get to Netz. And Netz made him pay with a double that tied the game.
It was an intentional walk, not just a walk. Like, we're putting her on, putting the tying run into scoring position. And what happened? Devin Netz swung first pitch. Was ready.
That's the out that Pfizer needed. 4-pitch strikeout of Netz. First out here in the second inning.
Going in tight on the hands with this backdoor curve. You can see the pitch follow. It's going to start into Devin Netz and then cut a little bit over that corner of the plate. It's a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Alyssa Brito swings at the first pitch. That'd be a home run in a phone booth. Shortstop Koffel makes the play. 2 down. So Brito, super aggressive, pops out to short. Runners remain at first and at second. Here's Mackenzie Clark. Second year she's been in the AUSL. Really fun player, super athletic. She doesn't have a hit so far this year, but somehow she scored 4 runs. She gets on via the walk, and she's really a demon when she's on the base paths. Can run, aggressive, going from first to third, sometimes first to home.
Covers a ton of ground in center field, has a great arm.
She's actually one of these really great athletic stories. She went to a super small private high school in Florida, and she had 19 letters, 19 athletic letters as a varsity athlete. Popped up, playable. In foul territory, Jocelyn Erickson makes the play. So Pfizer allows the first 2 to get on and then retires the side in order. Jocelyn Erickson begins our second inning. Bandits already on top, 1-0. Bandits did not get the ball out of the infield, but they manufactured a run. Run coming in and a ground ball up by Tiana Bell, scoring Morgan Zirkle. It'll be Erickson, Clements, and Butler batting against Wright here in the second inning. Oh, got her. Jayla Wright for the second consecutive inning allows the leadoff batter to get aboard, and that's the benefit of a base hit. She hit Zirkle, she walked Zirkle, and now she hits Erickson.
Yeah, you can see where Kayla Kowalik is set up, and that shows me how big of a miss that was. Kayla Kowalik wanted that drop ball on the outer half away from Jocelyn Erickson, and that ball leaks, well, right into her leg. You've got to do some quick reflection if you're Jayla Wright as a pitcher, because when that happens, you're like, check my mechanics really quick. It should not be that big of a miss. You can definitely rebound and make the adjustment that you need to. So you always want to make sure you're missing with intention.
Kylie Sand will come on and run. So Sand replaces Erickson on at first. And we will have Jessica Clements come to the plate. Relatively slow start for Clements to begin the season. 2 hits and 13 at bats. Third baseman Anna Gold is pitched in, thinking maybe this is a bunt situation. Pitch misses outside. Former Big West Player of the Year while at Cal Poly. Finished her college experience at UCLA to Jessica Clements. We do have a change to tell you about defensively. Val Cagle has come on. She is at first base replacing Devin Netz. Devin Netz is now in the bullpen. He's getting some tosses in. So maybe, depends how the game goes, we will see Netz come in to pitch. She will at least be ready if they call her name.
Couple of bunt attempts from Clements, unable to get the pitch that she wants. Now with 2 strikes.
Wow, look at that off-speed pitch. Strike 3, throw it out to second base, not nearly in time. Sand safe with a steal. There's now 1 out.
The right fielder,
This is the best pitch from Jayla Wright, that changeup. So good. And Sand, pinch runner, reading that very well.
Here's Elon Butler. Rookie right fielder off to a really good start. 11 official pro at-bats. She's got 5 hits. That Oregon program's been around for a little bit. The first player to hit for a cycle, Elon Butler. Ball skips away from Kowalik, and another extra base taken. I'll tell you what, this Bandits team, how aggressive have they been in the first 2 innings on the base paths?
That's exactly what head coach Shonda Stanton is known for. Aggressive base running. her first year in that third base box for the Bandits and kind of making her presence known.
Now the infield is pinched in. There's a strike, 2-1. Yeah, we have had 7 batters come to the plate. We have already had 2 steals for Chicago. We have also seen 2 wild pitches thrown and a passed ball. So a lot of activity on the base paths. That was almost a wild pitch, but a good stop by Kowalik. Kenzie, I don't know how much you can speak to this. You're All-American playing in the desert in Arizona. But pitching on a day when it's cool, it's wet, a little bit of windy, is that maybe a factor in what we're seeing with Jayla Wright?
No, I don't think so. I'm looking out. The conditions are great. Yes, it rained earlier today, but the ball's not going to be wet. She's missing her spots a little bit.
Well, she's walked a pair and hit a batter. And with a whole bunch of traffic on the base paths behind her, it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Devin Netz, who has plenty of time to get loose in that bullpen, is going to be asked to come in. So runners on at the corners. 1 out. Chicago already. We're in the bottom of the second inning. We've got a pitching change for the Carolina Blaze. They're going to bring in Devin Netz, who began the day as the first baseman. Now she's in the circle.
Yeah, we've only seen her for 1 inning so far in the circle. She's had a lot of at-bats, of course, is the everyday starter for Carolina, but that two-way star was the Big 12 Player of the Year for Arizona in 2025, and she'll keep the ball down in the zone. Her drop ball is probably the pitch that she goes to the most, but similar to Jayla Wright, she has a changeup that she likes to throw early and often.
So Netz comes on. She inherits runners on at first and at third. There's 1 out. The number 9 hitter for Chicago, Ilana Agbayani, is the batter. 5 for 18 as a pro for Agbayani. There goes the runner down to second. The throw is cut off by Leach. Another stolen base for the Bandits. Now 2 in scoring position.
Well, Agbayani, she's a triple threat. She has a lot of tools in this situation.
There's a good pitch. Netz evens the count 1-1. Wow. That pitch was slower than slow. 1-2 to Agbayani. Didn't even register. High pop-up foul. And out of play. Now the Blaze, interesting numbers here. They've got the best record in the league. Carolina's 4-1 through their first 5 games. But for some reason, the second inning has been their bugaboo. Even though they're 4-1, they've been outscored in the second inning 13-3. Right to the first baseman. Ocasio, smart play. Instead of turning her back and running to first, she goes forward and tags out Agbayani. 2 down.
She snuck up on us there at first base. Devin Netz came in the circle. Alicia Ocasio moved from right field to first base. Of course, the ball will find you. Make that move.
Bandits, and Carolina has defended them with 3 different first basemen. It was last time you saw 3 different first basemen defensively in the first 2 innings. Right back to Netz. Zirkle grounds out, and the side is retired. Oh, what a job by Devin Netz coming out of the pen and putting out the flame. Down to second year. What's she going to do for an encore? She was Rookie of the Year last season. We'll see Gold third here in this inning. Alicia Ocasio back to the top of the lineup. Aubrey Leach, and then Anna Gold. One and 1 to Ocasio. She has 6 hits and 13 at-bats. That's a .462 batting average. And out of the 9-hole, Kenzie Fowler, she got 7 runs batted in. And she didn't like that call.
She has already been more productive in 1 week of the 2026 season than she was offensively all of last year. Has been in the mix every single game in that starting lineup, whether it's at the bottom of the lineup, in that 9 spot, or in the circle pitching. We just saw her at first base.
Ball hasn't left the infield against Amber Pfizer. Now it has. Line smash, sinking and caught by the right fielder, Butler. Oh, Casio hit it right on the screws, but to the wrong spot.
I think I'm going to write that down as an L9, not an F9, an L9. Ball was hit very well. Curveball on the inner half. Just really nothing you can do here. It's exactly where you want to hit it. On the run, Elon Butler.
Here's Aubrey Leach. Aubrey Leach so far in 6 games this season, I think she's swung at the first pitch more frequently than I've ever seen her do it now in her 6th year as a pro. She's put the ball in play without fail every single time she's come to the plate so far this year, but doesn't have the hits to show for it. She's hit a lot of atom balls. A lot of hard hit balls right at defenders, atom balls. Okay, now it gets interesting. Ball and 2 strikes. Leach, in 18 at-bats this year, has not struck out. Is there something that Pfizer can throw to get it past Aubrey Leach? Nope. That's a fair ball. Extra bases for Leach. Oh my goodness, Clemens stopped running. And that's going to allow Leach to take an extra base. Jessica Clemens flat out stopped, thinking that ball was foul.
Baseman, number 4, on the ball.
Yeah, you can see it right there. That's me. I thought it was foul. Laces it down the line. It's clearly fair and just pulls up. That's unfortunate for Chicago.
So being on at third is totally different than being on at second with 1 out.
We're going to double, no doubt, with the speed that Aubrey Leach has. And she's watching this in front of her, sees it happen. Okay, turn it on.
And the happiest person in town is Gold, because Gold, who hits it as hard as anyone in the league, she's now going to bat with the infield in. It's going to give her way more opportunities to sneak one past. Great pitch.
I believe that goes down as a triple, right? Because there's no error.
Yeah.
Just a mental error.
I always feel for pitchers, situations like that. Pfizer really got to get out of a pickle, and if that run does score, it goes against her earned run average. Runner probably should be at second, not at third. Can she get out of it? She's got the arsenal. On the ground. Here comes the throw home. Save at home. Great slide by Leach. Reaches between the legs of Jacopo. I think the ball beat her, but Leach got there before the tag.
We're going to have a challenge from Chicago.
Chicago is challenging me out.
Well, I heard the first part of it.
Scott Tomlinson. He's going to be talking to the replay official and get the official verdict on this. Well, it wasn't a clean catch by Jacopo.
Oh, but where is the tag? Aubrey Leach slides so early, and you have to, because this is an all-turf field, so you have to slide very early. You're going to carry a lot, and I think she's in there with her left hand right there. Yep. You just couldn't see in that first angle because Jacopo was in the way, but the ball comes up and on her a little bit. Aubrey Leach, one of the best to do it in terms of running the bases.
What an aggressive base running play by Leach.
After review, the call in the field has confirmed the runner is safe. Chicago has one challenge left.
So give the RBI to Gold. She doesn't get a hit. That's just going to be a fielder's choice, but she'll take the RBI, her 6th of the young season. And Leach scores to tie this game at 1. Here's Dakota Kennedy. One of the few times this year Kennedy was retired back in the 1st inning. She's 7 for 13. Came into tonight's game leading the league in hitting.
Look at that average.
And that's after the 0 for 1. Began today hitting .583.
Yeah.
Ball goes right through the legs of Jacopo. Kenzie, when you look at that unusual stance from Kennedy, wide open with that front foot almost entirely out of the box. Oh, that got her. That got her. Gold is on her way to 3rd, but she'll have to go back to 2nd. And we've got 2 aboard with 1 out.
Yeah, Dakota does hit with that open stance. She starts with that open stance, and so you could see Amber Pfizer, she was clearly wanting to go in tight. This curveball going away, you can see right where she wants to go, but the ball just keeps tailing, and it tails up right into Kennedy.
Got her on her elbow first. Nothing clearly was intentional. But if for some reason, no one would ever do this, if someone wanted to charge the mound, you would not charge Amber Pfizer. I remember talking to her in years past. She is a 2nd-degree black belt in Taekwondo. She is tough. I was talking to her. She actually, in her wallet, she needs to carry a lethal weapon card. She's physically a lethal weapon. I thought that was amazing. On the ground, that'll make it through. They will stop Gold at 3rd. Strong throw coming in from left fielder Clements. Give the base hit to Reese Atwood. She is now 5 for 10 on the year. Man, ball comes off her bat hard.
Yeah, the rookie combination of Dakota Kennedy and Reese Atwood. Not to say it was a slow start for them, but just in terms of writing the lineup, it was. Where are they going to bat? Dakota Kennedy started as a pinch hitter. Reese Atwood, I think her first at-bat, she was in the 7 or 8 spot. But you have a couple of at-bats later, you're finding that rookie combination into the 3-4 hole.
This is the 2nd time through the lineup for Pfizer. And the play's starting to get to her. It's a 1-1 tie, but the bases are loaded. Just 1 out. Kayla Kowalik could be 2. Nope, they'll only get 1. Kowalik can really get down the line. A run scores, and the Blaze lead for the first time. 2-1.
Well, Carolina, they're putting bat to ball and hitting the ball very hard on the ground. Aubrey Leach, Reese Atwood, and now Kayla Kowalik. You also add in that fielder's choice RBI from Anna Gold. Every ball has been hit very sharply.
Called strike 1 to Nets. The 2 runs batted in for the Blades here in the 3rd inning. Both come down ground ball outs. Sliced right field. Nice play made by Butler. Hit that ball really well, but in the wrong spot. Is the wind a factor tonight?
Sorry, one more time, what'd you say?
I heard you talking about the wind. Is the wind a big factor for you in center field?
The wind died down, so no, not at the moment.
We heard you guys talking about Alicia at the time was in right field. She was going to play back. You were going to play up. Kind of give us a little insight of why she was playing back and why you were playing up at that time.
Lily loves to go forward rather than go back, and I love to go back rather than go forward. So that's just my first step versus her first step. So just a little something different. Oh, got a miscue.
And obviously you're playing center field, and Jayla did get the start. Devin is now in the circle, but both of them have nasty off speeds just like that. Were you playing, or was Alicia playing in a little bit to protect that off speed as well? Like, how do you judge that as a center fielder?
Absolutely. So tendencies for Jayla, batters go, butt out, elbows extended, kind of unathletically. So just those pop flares that we can defend easily. But, when Lily's on the mound, my goodness, does she carve people up. It's despicable. Woo! I see you, Dev. I like that there, though. I'm with you.
Leadoff walk to Aaron Koffel. Tiana Bell will be next. Hey, Mackenzie, no one believes me when I tell your story, but you and I were talking about it just a couple of days ago. You played high school softball in Florida as a 6th grader.
I did. I have photos to prove it, you guys. Who's saying they don't believe you when you're...
No one does. People can't believe it. Now, you were the catcher, too. The smallest player in the team, you're the catcher.
Yeah, these got it back in the day.
And tell me about all the different relatives that you had on your team.
So my cousin was the pitcher, the main pitcher. So she was on the mound, I was catching her. And then... Yeah, Anna! See you, Lily! Hey, good backup, Jenna. Jenna, I love that. Good backup. Yep, you're right. Sorry, my cousin was the pitcher, I'm catching. My dad was kind of helping in the bullpen area, and my uncle was the head coach, and my aunt was the team mom. So kept it in the family, real tight company. But do I look back at those days? We had so much fun back then.
Did you play any other sports, or was it just softball?
I also played volleyball and basketball as a middle schooler in the high school varsity as well. So that was fun, just always the smaller opponent.
Yeah, we were trying to do the math. You got 7 letters in softball, and you said like 5 or 6 in volleyball and 5 or 6 in basketball. That's incredible.
We kept it busy in our household. See you, Dev!
Your Letterman, you probably needed 3 Letterman's jackets just to house all the letters.
I do remember my mom and my dad they stopped getting the trophies, and they just pulled off the plaques off the trophies and put that on a piece of wood and glued that to the wall, glued the little plaque to the piece of wood and put it on the wall, and that's how we stored our trophies. So that was just the Clark household. It's always fun. Come on, Dev. Whoa.
It's a homer! Sammy Williams to dead center! A 2-run shot for the Bandits, and they take the lead again. Sammy Williams, homer number 2, and Chicago back on top.
What a swing. Mackenzie Clark was hoping that this stayed in the ballpark. It did not. It kept going. 2-2 count, goes down to get this pitch. You see her eyes. Please get out. Get out. And it does.
Hey, if anyone's going to get it, you were. Last year, so impressive the way you played center field, and actually all the outfield positions when we saw you a year ago.
Yes, I was everywhere and anywhere, just learning new positions, learning other people's tendencies.
Just curious, what was your thought process this offseason? What were you trying to get better at for your 2nd season in the AUSL?
For the AUSL, I'm trying to get better with the small ball. Yeah, nice, I see you, babe. Since they have me in the bottom of the lineup, just trying to use my small ball here and there whenever I get the chance, whenever I get the go-ahead from the coaches. But using that because, speed never slumps. But just trying to turn over the lineup. I'm pretty sure the first 2 games I had 3 walks. So just seeing the ball well and taking it from there.
Well, Mackenzie, we do have 2 outs, so if the 3rd out is recorded here, you'll have to wrap up your answer. But just quickly, how was opening week for you? You guys were at home, you're on the road now, but give us a little insight to what it was playing in Durham with that fan base. It was so much fun to be there.
That fan base was insane. I miss them so bad. Just all of my friends are out in the outfield, all the little fans.
Yeah,
guys, it was so fun. It was so cool. The weather was a little toasty, it was a little warm, but my goodness, the fans just show up and show out for us. Can't wait to get back to Durham.
Jocelyn Erickson, the batter. Slugged right into the waiting glove of Dakota Kennedy. Energy and stamina are a huge part of the beach game. There's your little knowledge of the day.
I didn't know why, but now that I'm thinking about it, I've watched a ton of beach volleyball. They don't. They kind of go down into their legs and do a little float serve. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, great players, but stamina is a massive part of beach volleyball. Skill, obviously there, but stamina.
Well, when we were in college, we used to train like in the beach volleyball pits in the sand because of how hard it was and doing turns and doing like little sprints. It's incredibly tiring. And anytime that we would do it, I would always think, people do this for a sport? And we're having to be here training in the sand, and they have to do this every day? No thanks.
Alyssa Brito, Mackenzie Clark, Alicia Ocasio. Carolina, the best record in the AUSL, 4-1, but this is their first road game. First time Brito has struck out on the year. She had gone 14 times to the dish without a strikeout before Pfizer puts her away.
Well, Alyssa Brito is a big swinger. She goes up to the plate anytime, hacking big. You see that big leg kick, and so Amber Pfizer pulls out the rise ball.
Mackenzie Clark, that's the small ball she was telling us about. And a great play by Pfizer to field her position. Pfizer's quick in that circle. Good play.
I like the idea for Mackenzie, just a little too hard off the bat. If that ball had been a little bit softer, Amber Pfizer has to run a little bit more forward with the speed Mackenzie has. She beats it out, but just too hard.
This is going to be a super quick inning for Pfizer. How about that? Brito, Clark, and Ocasio. 1, 2, 3, they go down.
A healthy Maya Brady can do. Just so much fun to watch. She is fast, plays center field. She can use her short game. Kind of the similar breath we saw Mackenzie Clark try to drop a drag. Maya Brady does that a lot from the left side. And then, of course, she's hitting 300-foot home runs. She's trying to catch Megan Grant, a couple of UCLA Bruins going back-to-back with big bombs.
Jessica Clements leads things off here in the 4th inning. Clements, first time up, struck out swinging. That was against Jayla Wright, the starting pitcher for Carolina. This time against Devin Netz, a ground ball to the first baseman Ocasio. That's the first out.
Right fielder, double O, Elon Butler.
First ball swinging, sinking line drive, caught by the left fielder, Jenna Laird. Elon Butler hit that one really well, but in the wrong spot. Quickly, 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
This game is moving. Devin Netz trying to match Amber Pfizer, who had a 6-pitch inning. Top of this inning.
Changeup misses high. Alana Agbayani. Well, folks, if you don't know, Parkway Bank Sports Complex here in Rosemont, Illinois. It is located at 27 Jenny Finch Way. Smoked down the right field line. That one will bounce against the wall. Agbayani can really scoot. She's going to third, and she'll make it. A triple for Agbayani.
I love the lasso celebration that Chicago has. She turned it on here. You can see where Kayla Kowalik was set up. She wanted this pitch away from Agbayani, but it drifts in, and Agbayani pulls it. Just one hops the fence. Dakota Kennedy, who is playing pretty shallow, running a far way to run that down, and you saw the speed. 9-hole hitter, just providing some spark, and she sees it right in front of her. I see where I hit that pitch. I see my swing, and I'm taking it all the way to third.
5 professional hits before that one for Agbayani. All had been singles. That's her first extra base hit. Zirkle out in her front foot, pops it up. Foul territory, catch made by Brito, and the side is retired. Good job by Netz. After the triple, she retires the dangerous. Go. Men play with the 16-inch ball frequently. A lumpy thing, you play without a glove. Fast pitch has been super popular here in Chicago for decades. There's been a consistent presence of women's professional fast pitch softball for the last 25 years here in Chicago. And just a fantastic facility here in Rosemont. Parkway Bank Sports Complex, built exclusively to house women's professional softball, and that is rare.
Yeah, you could call this the birthplace of our professional game, no doubt. The very first ballpark built for pro softball. And I love the branding everywhere. It was my first look. I came last night to watch the game, and all of the Bandits branding everywhere.
Aubrey Leach skies this one, and it's gone! First homer of the year for the veteran, Aubrey Leach! And we're tied at 3. Leach, her last 2 times up, a triple and a homer.
75 miles an hour off the bat. This ball is absolutely smoked. It's in her wheelhouse. And Aubrey Leach is such a tough hitter to face. She can spray the ball all over the field, but man, it's fun to see her really just get her swing off.
Well, it's not surprising that we've got a tie ball game. The last time Carolina played, they went to 9 innings before game was eventually decided. Chicago plays tight games almost exclusively. Just last night, they had a walk-off win, won by the score of 5-4 in their series finale against Oklahoma City.
Well, the last 4 games in the AUSL have been decided by 2 runs or less.
Off the end of the bat. One third baseman grounds out to the other. Gold bounces out to Sammy Williams. Let's check in with Cole, who's with the home run hitter.
Aubrey, how good did that swing feel for you?
Long overdue. No, it felt great. Just, when you connect on one, it actually goes out in Rosemont, you hit it good.
Especially in this win, what were you looking at, searching for that at bat?
Just trying to hit something hard. She's thrown some stuff with a lot of late break, and so just trying to stay on it a little longer than my first 2 at-bats.
Well, you definitely stayed on it a lot longer. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Aubrey Leach. We talked about it earlier today. She had 5 games so far this year, putting the ball in play every single time, but didn't have much to show for it. Was just 3 for 17, but the worm has turned here tonight. She's got 2 hits, 1 a triple, 1 a homer. Here's Reese Atwood, who may be as locked in as any hitter in the league right now. She has walked and singled here in our ball game. Atwood, like Aubrey Leach, has yet to strike out this season. Another ball off the end of the bat. Second baseman Akbayani makes the play. So
In the bullpen, it's go time. Kaylani's coming from the left side, has so much movement. She'll break a drop ball that cuts across the plate away to left-handed hitters, in tight to right-handed hitters. And she keeps the ball down in the zone.
Ricketts will face 2, 3, and 4 in the Bandits lineup. Aaron Koffel, Tiana Bell, Sammy Williams. Koffel somehow has not homered so far this season. Koffel so far today, 0 for 1. She did walk and score back in the 3rd inning. She's now walked 7 times and been hit with a pitch. All of that in just 7 games. And Ricketts being super careful with Koffel.
That's what happens when you're the MVP and the hitter of the year a season ago. Pitchers are going to take note. And she leads the league in walks as of right now.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Koffel is from Indiana, not too far away from here in Rosemont. Played collegiately at Kentucky. Another foul ball back to the screen. One of the things I found amazing about her season a year ago was how frequently she got on base in every different way. She was hit with 13 pitches last year. 13 times in 23 games she was hit with a pitch.
Well, she does start with an open stance, so it's kind of deceptive, but by the time her left foot closes, she is tight to the plate. And then, of course, on the other hand, as a pitcher, I'm thinking she has a ton of power. If she goes in, if I'm going in, I'm going to make sure I go really in.
3-2. Last year, she played 23 games. She had 25 hits. She walked 9 times and was hit 13 times. That's how you get an on-base percentage. 6 against the best pitchers in the world. Home run in a phone booth. Who wants it? On a Gold makes the play, and the dangerous Koffel is retired by Kaylani Ricketts. Let's check with Nicole.
Well, Kaylani Ricketts, she is one of the most tenured athletes in this league. She's also one of the many moms in this league. The transformation that not only your body but your mind goes through whenever you're playing. She credits a lot to her daughter Pekka about changing how she plays. She plays with much more freedom and enjoyment, loving what she does here on the field.
Great stuff, Nicole. Now we got Kaylani as a mom. We got Odyssey, Alexander Bennett. Fantastic what you can do, all that you want to do.
Well, Odyssey has talked about how Kaylani was an inspiration for her. And seeing her traveling with her daughter Pekka, and said, I can do the same thing. Kaylani's been doing it for a couple of years.
Years past, we've seen Kelsey Stewart-Hunter navigate that balance. Many years ago, we saw Jenny Finch do that and do it well. Tiana Bell, 0 for 2. She's bounced out twice.
It was really fun to see Kaylani and Odyssey both bring their daughters to media day and take, you know, videos and photos and do all the photo shoots with their daughters. They were so proud. And I mean, Halo's only 6 months old. Her eyes were big, of course, and then Kaylani's daughter kind of more in that toddler phase, so, you know, 2 different stages, but either way, it's just so cute.
Oh, that got her. Ricketts hits Bell, so there's a 1-out base runner for Chicago. And here comes Sammy Williams. Sammy Williams, a homer last time up. She's microphoned. Let's listen in.
I'm good.
Okay. Are you sure?
Turf monster.
Yeah, I know, right? Got you. All right, hey, walk pitcher, I want you in there, okay? You can get a walking
I'm just
lead.
going to slide.
Yes, please.
Everybody just slide.
Everybody. Okay, walking lead and then get down, okay?
First for Tiana Bell, number 16, Bree Oakland.
Sammy Williams wearing a microphone, and I love it. Interactions like that with their head coach, Shonda Stanton. Turf monster. Every ballpark has one. Bree Copeland has come on to run for Tiana Bell. Starting to get late here. It is a close game, 3-3 tie. Every decision critical. So a pinch runner, Copeland, who runs better than Bell. Williams hasn't been retired.
Facing a different pitcher, of course. Had a single off of Jayla Wright, the starter. Homered off of middle reliever Devin Netz. It's a great pitch.
I don't know if hitters frequently look at the scoreboard, but if Sammy Williams looked at that scoreboard, she would see a batting average of .526. That's a confidence boost. Foul right side. She began the day just a little bit below 500. 471 was the batting average, 8 for 17. But with 2 hits, she's now 10 for 19. You do the math, that's 526. Runner got a late start. And did she get her on the foot? She did! What a tag by Brito! Brito cuts down Copeland, trying to steal second. And the second out of the inning is recorded on the base paths.
Oh, what a throw by Kayla Kowalik. Gonna have another good look at this. Brito's on the run, and then the tag right there. Ooh, that was close.
And Williams is hit with a pitch. Kenzie, if you talk to Brito, she says one of the players she matters her game after is Javi Baez, who was the shortstop for the Cubs when they won the World Series back in 16. He was known for his creative tags. That is exactly what Javi Baez would have done at the Major League level, and Brito did it here in the AUSL.
Well, how unfortunate for Chicago. 2 outs, and then right after that, Sammy Williams finds herself on base again via the free pass, the hit by pitch.
Mary Jacopo is the batter. She knows about late inning heroics.
I love that outside spot. We've seen Kaylani paint it a couple of times in this inning. Drop ball away. It's up to Williams, there to Jacopo.
First game of this 3-game series between Carolina and Chicago. Carolina's kind of piecemealed it together pitching-wise. We've seen Wright, Netz, and now Ricketts. We've only seen Amber Pfizer throw for Chicago. But that may change. We're starting to see activity in the bullpen for Chicago. Totally different look. Left-hander Mariah Lopez getting loose. Oh, look at Jacopo. She is swinging such a gorgeous bat. Saw everything that Ricketts had and then hits a line drive smash to right field.
She has so much power to the right side. And this is that drop ball that I was talking about a couple of pitch ago. And it's a little bit more elevated with 2 strikes. And after you've seen it a couple of times as a hitter, you're just kind of tracking it a little bit better.
And now that caught stealing really haunting Chicago. You got 2 on, Sammy Williams, followed by Jacopo at first base. 3 consecutive Bandits have reached, but only 2 are on because of the caught stealing. Jocelyn Erickson is the batter. Is this a pep talk or is this strategy?
Strategy. And because Jocelyn Erickson is a left-handed hitter, Kaylani is a left-handed pitcher, everyone just needs to be on the same page. What is the game plan here pitch calling wise? Do we need to be shifted one way or the other? Should we just look to the ball being put in play on the left side of the infield with an easier play?
Important strike for Ricketts. Each team identical, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. That's probably why we have an identical score. Actually have an identical line score. Runs, hits, and errors. The exact same, 3, 4, and 0 for both sides. Oh boy. Ricketts in trouble. 3-1 to Erickson. Look at the similar numbers. Opportunity for Erickson. Oh, and she's hit. That is the 3rd batter that Ricketts has hit. Oh, did she not make an attempt to get out of the way? She didn't make an attempt to get out. out of the way. She's still going to bat.
I'm going to jump in. So you don't have to get out of the way, but it's where the pitch is. So you can stand your ground if you're in the box. It's not that you have to move and make an attempt. It's just where is the pitch? Is the pitch in the box where the hitter is supposed to be, or is it over the river, which is a shared space? And to me, that is over the river, which is not owned by the hitter. It's not owned by the pitcher. It is a shared space, and it's where the pitch is. And I'm not saying it should be called a strike. It can still be a dead ball.
Yeah, it was 3-1 count. So if it was a ball, okay, so it's ball 4.
Yep. That's the right call.
Okay, so it's not going to go down as a hit batter, but instead as a walk.
Yeah, so if the count had been just 2 balls, it would have been ball 3. But unfortunately for Kaylani, she already had 3 balls in the count.
Well, it may not be Ricketts' night. We shall see what Kara Dill wants to do. There is an available arm in her bullpen. Emma Lemley had been getting loose. But it looks like Ricketts is going to stay in the game. And we have a pinch hitter. This is supposed to be Jessica Clements' spot in the lineup. But it's going to be Taryn Kern. So Taryn Kern, rookie out of Stanford, bats with the bases loaded. There's a good pitch.
Well, this is a really intriguing situation because Kaylani has had 3 hit by pitches in this inning, and Taryn Kern, watch where she is on the plate.
Wow, on top of it. Is she normally right on top of the plate, or is she just doing this to get on Ricketts?
This is normal Taryn Kern. Just dares hitters, or dares pitchers to throw her inside.
Wow. Toes on the plate, basically. I love the sleeves rolled up. And down for all of it. Ricketts, undaunted, 2-2.
She has to go right back to that pitch. It's just the bases are loaded and the margin for error is so small.
Ricketts will let out a scream if she can get this out.
Just missed.
So, 3-2, bases loaded, 2 outs, tie game.
Ricketts has gone in tight to Taryn Kern 3 pitches in a row. Full count, bases loaded. You've already hit 3 batters in this inning.
On the ground, Nets, nobody home. Chicago takes the lead. Chicago has done all of this without the ball leaving the infield.
Oh, this is so tough for Kaylani Ricketts. This is a jam shot. This is exactly what you want. And if this ball gets past Devin, I don't know if there's a play anywhere. It's just unfortunate. Slow developing. She lays out.
Leach actually said to slow down for just a moment, not knowing if Nets was going to get it. She couldn't streak over to first base because she didn't know if it was going to be her ball or not.
Now there is really nothing else to it. It was just slow developing right in the middle between Devin and Aubrey at second.
Elon Butler. We have had 6 Bandits come to the plate here in this 5th inning. Ball has not left the infield. They've scored 1. They've got the bases loaded. And Ricketts strikes out Butler. But Chicago jumps back on top by a run. The locals, the Bandits, lead the Blaze by 1 run as we play the 6th inning with Kinsey Fowler, with Nicole Mendez. I'm Eric Collins. This may be the best opportunity for the Blaze. They will have Kowalik, Nets, and Brito batting against Pfizer, and they start with a single. That wasn't hit particularly hard, but it squeaks past Pfizer, and they get the leadoff batter on.
Well, because the Bandits had a hit in the last inning, the Blaze have to even that score line. We've been talking about how both of these teams have been so even up until this inning. It has just been blow for blow, hit by hit.
Here's Devin Netz. Right back to Pfizer. They don't get it out. That ball handcuffs Koffel, who won a Gold Glove a year ago, and nobody is retired. And Pfizer saying it was her fault. Man, that ball was in the glove of Koffel. And Kowalik had an awkward slide at second.
I like to see this.
Such an important player to the Carolina Blaze.
It was right there when she stood up. It wasn't on the slide, it was when she stood up. As a pitcher, you want this back so bad. You practice this every day, and you're feeling it. This is a double play. And the throw is just not on the money. Yes, Aaron Koffel should have been able to come up with that, in my opinion. I think that should have just been one out, get that lead out. But for Pfizer, that's so tough because you feel it. This is a double play, and it gets away from you.
So Kowalik has to leave the game. She's replaced by a local product, Carly Spade, who grew up on the north side of Chicago. Played collegiately at Miami of Ohio. Brito, foul territory. That is a big out. So interesting. Carolina chooses not to bunt to try and advance both runners into scoring position. Instead, they let Brito swing away, and she pops out. So we've got one out, runners on at first and at second. Jenna Laird is next in line. And we haven't seen a change pitching-wise for Chicago all night. Will we see one now? For those with a discerning eye, folks, that is indeed the great Taryn Mowat McKinney. If you're a softball fan of a certain age, you definitely remember what Taryn Mowat did. Back-to-back seasons, 2005, 2006. Back in the days when only one pitcher would pitch the entire series. She won a national championship as an Arizona Wildcat. There she was with the baseball hat on. Man. May not have been a more inspirational player than Taryn Mowat McKinney back when she was a Wildcat at Arizona.
I think this will be the end of the day for Amber. I think Chicago's making a pitching change. Just trying to see who it's going to be.
Now Pfizer looks like she's going to hand over the rosin bag to Taylor McQuillan. So Taylor McQuillan, a big day for her already. She's going to try and put an exclamation point on what has been a fantastic personal day for her.
I like the move. I like the move here. Third time through the lineup for Carolina, and when you have Taylor McQuillan, the lefty who throws hard, All-American, kind of that closer mentality, going to it. And just what a performance by Amber Pfizer. Another great performance for her. We saw Taylor yesterday a little bit against the OKC Spark, but new opponent here. And she'll spin it. Throws a changeup, curveball, screwball, upstairs with the rise. One of the most veteran arms in this league.
Well, I mentioned that it's been a great day for her already today. There's an announcement submitted by the University of Utah. She is a newly minted assistant coach. That is a huge deal for her. Going to get an opportunity to coach in the, geez, what is that nowadays? The Big 12?
Big 12.
Yeah.
That's right.
Taylor McQuillan is one of those players that absolutely loves the game of softball, and softball's been loving her back lately. She's getting better and better as the years go on.
We've got a couple assistants in the house. Amber Pfizer was just named the pitching coach at Tulsa. Of course, Taylor's news breaking today. Aubrey Leach, a couple of days ago, was announced as the assistant coach at Tennessee. And of course, we've got a head coach also in uniform, with Morgan Zirkle being the head coach at her alma mater at Marshall.
Just curious, Kenzie, from your perspective, you've seen Taylor McQuillan throw since she was probably in high school. I know you saw probably every single one of her starts when she was at Arizona. How different of a player is she from when you first saw her?
I think she's got a little bit more of a diverse arsenal where she's more confident in more pitches. Her changeup has gotten better in the pros. She's so confident in it. And she's not afraid to go in tight to left-handed hitters. Sometimes that's a little bit tricky for left-handed pitchers, but has so much confidence in her screwball. Right there, she'll go in tight, and that's a screwball, so she has to know that the margin for error is so small when the ball is breaking into a left-handed hitter versus cutting away with a backdoor curve.
Here's Jenna Laird. She's hitting in the 8th spot, replacing Mackenzie Clark. Big opportunity for Carolina. Best record in the AUSL, but down to their last 5 outs. Spade, the runner on second, followed by Nets at first. First strike for McQuillan. Bottom part of the order, a whole bunch of nothing for Carolina. Brito, Clark, and Ocasio are combined 0 for 7. 3-1 to Laird.
It's been 4 straight screwballs into the left-handed hitting Laird, rather. That's a tough pitch to handle, but just cannot come up with the call for a strike.
That's the strike she needed. All right, if you're Laird, what should you expect right now?
Inside. My eyes are going to protect inside, and then if I see it away, you just foul it off.
Sawed her off. The play's at third. They get the out there. McQuillan has always been super good with a glove in her hand. 2 down.
Jam shot. Going back inside to that screwball. It's her most reliable pitch, and I love the fact that she can finish it herself, get that big out.
If I'm Carolina, this may be the batter I most want at the plate. Alicia Ocasio, she's the number 9 hitter, but don't be fooled. Came into this game hitting .462, and she's due. She does not have a hit so far in our ball game. She's 0 for 2, even though she's lined out hard in the first inning, in the 3rd inning, and also bounced out. High pop up. Chicago's gonna get out of it. No, they're not. The ball drifts out of play. I thought that ball was gonna stay in, but.
What, you think this is a Savannah Bananas here, where fan makes a catch, they're out of the inning?
It went above our roof, and I thought for sure it was going to stay in play. McQuillan again saws off Ocasio, and this time it's off the netting. What's that pitch that seems to be getting in on the thumbs of these hitters?
Screwball. And it's very rare to see a lefty throw a screwball into left-handed hitters with the confidence that Taylor McQuillan has. She can break it up, kind of go scries where it's a screwball with a rise.
McQuillan wanted it.
It's a great take. Went the ball off, but that's exactly where you want it if you're Taylor McQuillan. She's going in, get Ocasio to look away, maybe set something up.
On the ground. scooped up by Erickson. Wins the race to the bag, and the side is retired. The great day for Taylor. Why wouldn't it be?
One bit, yeah.
Cascade had a slow start at the beginning of the season, but now all of a sudden playing great ball. Got to keep on keeping on in the Pacific Northwest. Ilana Agbayani tripled her last time up. Way out in front. Facing Kaylani Ricketts for the first time. Ricketts came on in the 5th inning. Only gave up a couple of hits, but she walked a batter and hit 2 and allowed a run. And Ricketts asking for a fresh pitch clock. She's dealing with a new catcher for the first time. It had been Kayla Kowalik, but with Kowalik leaving the game, Reese Atwood is now the catcher. Let's check in with Nicole.
If you're a Carolina Blaze fan, you can take a deep sigh of relief. Kayla Kowalik is up and walking around the dugout. Doesn't appear to be limping. It seems like it's more precautionary on the trainer side than anything else, especially with the rain and the texture of the turf. So that is a good sign, but she does come out, and Reese Atwood does go in behind the plate.
It's not just Carolina Blaze fans, but it's everyone involved with the AUSL. Thrilled at that news. Hopefully that continues to be the case. Thank you, Nicole. Well, here in the AUSL, if you do get banged up, you've got a decent chance because they have strength and conditioning coaches. They've got a head athletic trainer. They've got an assistant athletic trainer. Every team has the same complement of medical personnel. Popped up! And Gold can't quite get there. Kenzie, I think that's one of the areas where the AUSL has really made an effort, is making sure the athletes have the best possible care to make it through this regular season.
Yeah, talking to a lot of the players, they constantly are talking about how well they are treated, and especially when you talk to those veterans, right, that have played in the space of pro softball. You know, Kaylani Ricketts is going on year 13.
Crushed, but foul.
And they'll tell you it's different. This league is different, doing it the right way.
Center field for Carolina, 86 Clark re-enters.
Yeah, some of the players who kept this game alive, playing professionally in the 90s and the early 2000s. Medical staffs didn't exist. Rub some dirt on it. Pretty good at bat by Agbayani. That is foul. Agbayani wears number 50. There's a reason for that. Her father, Benny Agbayani, played in the big leagues for a number of seasons, most notably as a New York Met. From the state of Hawaii, the 50th state in our union. Thus the 50. Ricketts strikes out. Agbayani, 1 down.
A little emotion there from the veteran. It's a big K to lead off this inning. Her new battery mate, Reese Atwood, going in tight with that drop ball. And you saw the foul ball that Ilana had a couple pitches ago. So Kaylani has to be perfect on that pitch, knowing the power that Ilana put on that swing. It was an inside pitch, but kind of sticking with it, trusting that movement.
Here's Morgan Zirkle. Zirkle reached on a base on balls back in the first inning. Stole second, came around to score on a bouncing ball out. She is 0 for 2. Third different pitcher she has faced. Walked against Wright. Batted twice against Nets. And now hitting against Ricketts. Chicago would love an insurance runner too. Looking ahead to the 7th inning, it will be the top of the order for Carolina. Leach, Gold, and Kennedy. Brito. Not many shortstop can make that play. She waited back on it, but knew she had enough arm to get Zirkle.
I love watching her take warm-ups. When she throws overhand, it just is so effortless.
I think this infield of Nets at first, Gold at third, and Brito at short, maybe 3 of the best arms in the AUSL. And I love Aubrey Leach too, but I'm not putting her arm in that category with Brito, Gold, and Nets. Leach makes the play on the humpback liner off the bat of Koval, and the side is retired. So it will be a 1-run Portland Cascade in Oregon. Taylor McQuillan, her first full inning of work, and she's going to have to walk through fire. She is going to take on the top 3 batters in the Carolina lineup: Aubrey Leach, Anna Gold, and Dakota Kennedy. Leach, hard down the right field line. It is foul. Leach, her last 2 times up, a triple and a homer, was bucking for another extra base hit. Possible to strike out. She has not struck out so far this season, now in 20 at-bats.
A little bit of a waste pitch there from McQuillan. Watching Kaylani Ricketts throw that drop ball in tight to lefties, and Taylor McQuillan is also going in tight to lefties, but it's with the screwball. It's just the difference in these veteran pitchers. Not afraid.
Down the left field line, maybe playable. No, Clements just can't get there. And had a weird sound off the bat. You're not going to strike out Leach, but getting the weak contact and the ground ball out, McQuillan will take it.
That feels so good as a pitcher. That was a long at bat with a lot of foul balls to both sides of the field. So as a pitcher, you're like, okay, you're fouling off my end stuff. You're going with my away stuff. Let me try the changeup. And that's what got Aubrey Leach. It's a big first out.
Here is Anna Gold. Late in the game, back on Monday in their win over Texas. Anna Gold. Big moment. She hit a 2-run home run in the 6th inning to tie the game and push the game into extra innings. Trying to be the hero again, but she'll have to battle. She's down in the count 0-2. Historically, the Bandits very good in low-scoring games, including last year. They're 14-1 regular season games when the opponents do not score 4 runs. That's where we're at right now. It's a 4-3 lead for the Bandits. The difference happening in the 5th inning. That is when Chicago pushed across the run to take the lead 4-3.
Love the energy that Taylor McQuillan brings. Change up, and she catches last year's Rookie of the Year just looking. Anna Gold can't believe it.
Last hope for the Carolina Blaze. Rookie Dakota Kennedy. First time she started and not had a base hit. She's 0 for 2. Off speed misses outside. So after the strikeout at Gold, McQuillan, 2 consecutive balls thrown to Kennedy. Two and 1. Another good pitch.
Well, the last 2 outs that Taylor McQuillan has gotten has been off the changeup. We'll see if she goes to it here.
Oh, that got her. Second time tonight that Kennedy's been hit with a pitch. Oh, McQuillan upset with herself.
Her catcher, number 15, Reese Atwood.
So look who's coming up for Carolina. Reese Atwood, who has had 2 hits in every start she's had this year. She's only got 1 right now, which means she's due for another one.
Assistant coach Brittany Cervantes giving the rookie a lot of information there.
Enormous power from Atwood.
If I'm Atwood, I'm sitting hard here. That was a changeup, missed for a ball. I'm going to just guess 1 speed, split the plate. Ooh!
Off speed pitch, way out in front.
And that's why you see the changeup, because it was set up perfectly for Reese to be looking hard. She was. 3 in a row here. Let's see. No.
Atwood has never struck out as a professional. Kennedy, the runner on at first, represents the tying run. Got her! Ball game! Taylor McQuillan slams the door. And the Chicago Bandits, who started the season with 4 straight losses, have